All right, NRL news. Manly sack Seabold and hire part-time, would you even say a part-time coach for him? It came from the clouds, mate. We were both shocked that they signed Kieran for him.
It's madness.
All right, let's go back. Step one. They sacked Seabold. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. Passionately.
Okay. Why?
Well, this is his first year as it's his team. The Dolphins lost 4 on the trot last year at the start of the season. They didn't punt the coach. You got to give the bloke at least 2 months to do to fail miserably, make sure they can't make the finals, all that sort of stuff. I don't agree with it. I think they're saving themselves. I gave my Gus Gould award to the Manly and the Penn family for punting him. I think it's a disgrace, and for hiring Foran.
Apparently, there's rumours that it has a lot to do with the development of Joey Walsh, who's a prodigy that they want to bring in the halves, and whether I think Seabold's holding him back and the Penn family want him to play, or vice versa. I think that seems to be the way that they want him to play sooner than later, because Manly's not performing well. I have no issue with the sacking.
Right. Well, it's their team. They can send money. They can sack who they like.
Oh, no, I just don't have an issue. They're not playing well. They haven't recruited well. The
rats are leaving.
Jamal Fogarty, I never understood the signing. Luke Brooks, I never understood the signing.
I know. I agree that the actual roster is rubbish.
Their forwards are diabolical. Their forwards are absolutely diabolical. They've got no forwards. I don't know.
They let Lodgy go. It was crazy.
Mate, they got nothing in terms of the forwards. Kieran Foran is now the head coach who has no coaching experience. He's highly regarded.
He's had 3 games as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
This is insane. This is insanity.
I don't, because they had actual assistant coaches there that they overlooked and went straight to him, didn't they?
Is it Matt Ballin?
Ballin, yeah.
Brisbane said if he gets the gig at Manly,
they'll let him go.
They'll let him go. There's Dimitri, who was the South coach, who was available. And I'm sure there's plenty of other more qualified coaches than Foran. Mate, he might do a great job.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't see it. And the fact that he's played with these players, we've seen this before with Brown, who coached St George, a year or so after he'd left the game, and he started slapping Barrett around. So, he's the thing with being a head coach. It's not about coaching; it's about management. And just because you're a player doesn't make you a good man manager. So, anyway, in saying that, they'll probably come out this week and win.
Well, it is the coach change rule, mate. You get on the team that sacks their coach the week after, and they've got a pretty high percentage of winning that game. But I just don't understand why he would want it either, to be honest with you. He's got his gig on Fox Sport. He just stepped away from the game. I thought he would actually enjoy some time doing what he's doing, but he's passionate for it.
Yeah, but some of these blokes don't. They love being around the boys.
I think it would be hard to walk away from that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that. Yeah, you agree. You disagree that he should have been sacked. I agree he should have been sacked. That's where we stand.
Well, he loves a spreadsheet. He loves a process, old Seabold, and that was the reason why he got punted from Brisbane, that he was more about game plans and spreadsheets and, KPIs and all the rest of it rather than it being about football. And this is the thing about rugby league. It's a very simple game.
This is about football, though, Dave. They've started poorly. They lost 3 games
I know,
at
but so
home.
did the Dolphins last year.
Yeah, but they lost 3 at home. All of them, they were in the fight, and then they fall away and they lose. The game against the Roosters on the weekend, we'll talk about it. But again, they started well, but they fall out of the game. The game against Newcastle was diabolical. They were dreadful. They had a week off to come good, and they just failed.
You can have all the stats in the world. You can have all the KPIs in the world. You can have all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, you don't run harder, tackle harder, right? And snot harder.
Oh, man, I'm dying. I'm sorry.
I know. He's putting a big effort in, the big fella.
Oh, fuck.
Then you don't win football games. There's statistics in this week's games of teams that were statistically better than the other team that got lit up.
Yeah.
So the statistics mean some things, but they don't. If you're not, controlling your discipline, you're not running harder, you're not tackling harder, you're not getting the extra 30 seconds with them on the ground, all that sort of stuff, and dominating those tackles, then the rest of the stuff's not worth the paper it's written on.
Yeah, okay. No, Well, let's see how this week goes, mate. We'll be judged on recent performance.
Yep.